90 Day, the single life star Debbie Johnson's shocking new relationship. Milestone with boyfriend Tony is exposing her true feelings towards Colt Johnson, who is facing a medical emergency. Colt and Debbie from Las Vegas first starred in 90 Day Fiancé Season 6, where Colt invited his partner, Larissa Lima, from Brazil to the US, to marry him. While Larissa came across as manipulative and made it look like she was with Colt for a green card only, Debbie was conniving. She was an expert at gaslighting and raised Colt so he couldn't take care of himself. Debbie wasn't happy about having to share Colt with Larissa when the latter joined their family. She was also upset with Colt dating Jess Caroline, and later, turned enemies with Vanessa Guerra, who used to be her best friend. When Debbie and Colt teamed up, they were a match made in hell. Colt made Debbie supervise his life and make decisions on his behalf. The dependence on his mother got Colt in trouble so many times, so he finally grew a spine and lashed out at Debbie, asking her to respect their new boundaries. Debbie is currently in Canada with her boyfriend Tony. In October, Debbie celebrated her first Halloween together with him. Debbie called Tony's house our house as she showed the Halloween decorations in an Instagram video. Debbie bragged about how she ran out of candy despite having prepared 100 bags for the neighborhood kids. Debbie and Tony put smiles on the faces of over 150 kids. However, was Debbie ignoring her son in the process, so her fairy tale moment with Tony wouldn't be ruined? A year ago, Debbie was crying on Instagram about how she had messed up her Canada move. She needed an immigration lawyer, preferably pro bono, who could help her get permanent residency in Canada. Debbie was denied entry at the border in January and claimed she was given the wrong information about her residency filing. She was sent back to Las Vegas and asked her fans to send prayers. Debbie wanted fans to feel bad that she wasn't allowed to be with her boyfriend despite having found love in her 70s. However, Debbie is not posting anything about her son Colt, who is now facing amputation. Debbie hasn't asked fans to send any prayers for her dear son. Colt might lose the ability to walk forever after facing 2 back-to-back injuries on the same leg in just 2 years. Still, his mom is only keen on making sure her first Halloween in Canada is a success. It seems the overprotective mom stance Debbie took on 90 Day Fiancé may have been an act. When Colt injured his leg while filming 90 Day, The Last Resort in December 2022, it was Vanessa who became his caretaker even though they were on the verge of breaking up. Colt was bedridden for weeks and underwent multiple surgeries so he could get back on his feet. Vanessa stayed by Colt's side for a year until he recovered. When Vanessa left, Colt tried to make a franchise comeback and flew to Mexico to film 90 Day House, where he met Courtney Reardance. Courtney took Colt to her house in Florida, where she began caring for him. Why wasn't it Debbie who always took Colt under her wing? Especially considering the injury Colt suffered was so gruesome he almost died. Colt's leg is supposedly so infected there's almost no chance of it healing. Debbie used to spoil Colt as if he were a toddler when he was marrying Larissa. She fed him, washed his utensils and laundry, and even drove him to work. But she's become so heartless now, and Colt is thinking of moving to Brazil amid money problems and trouble with the IRS. Colt and Debbie were estranged after it became clear to the 90 Day, the single life star that his mother was the reason his romantic relationships were failing. Colt disapproved of Debbie's relationship with Tony. The mom and son mostly kept in touch via text messages. However, Colt was visiting Debbie and Tony in Canada in September via 90 Day Fiancé update, suggesting they mended their relationship. However, something may have happened in September between Colt and his mother for Debbie to now behave as if she hardly knows him.